Cars shifting in the lanes, trees down, and power out. A bad combination in Baltimore as a nasty nor'easter pushes through. High wind warnings are still in effect across the state. This car has serious damage after veering off Green Spring Road. A bad combination of strong winds and slick roads. Some rain and snow was spotted around the area today. And along Liberty Road, a big tree toppled, crossing several lanes and making for traffic nightmares this morning. Take a live look outside right now. Cloudy skies and no end in sight. WJZ has a team of reporters covering this high wind warning. Let's start with Bob Turk tracking radar, winds, and advisories. Bob?
I take a look. We mentioned the snow this morning. You might see a little bit more this evening, although it looks like most of it's going to be extreme northeastern Maryland. On the radar, you can see some activity generally around portions of northern Maryland, maybe a little bit around Cecil County, or perhaps extreme northeastern sections of Kent County. May see a few snow showers. Mostly now it's across northern Delaware, Jersey, and in the Philadelphia region. So this evening for the next 3 hours, still a risk of a snow shower too, although it's well above freezing, so it really won't accumulate as it did this morning. It'll be a similar situation. Current winds, look at this, 40 miles an hour at the airport. Out in far western Maryland, the only place that's not that windy now is Oakland at 15, Ocean City at 32. These are current sustained winds, 43 in Patuxent, but wind gusts this hour at the airport this is the highest I've seen all day long at the airport. They have just recorded wind gusts up to 59 miles per hour. 53 in Ocean City, 48 in D.C., 47 up in Bel Air, and 47 in Rock Hall. Because these winds continue to be in excess of 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts, we have the high wind warning still in effect until 6 a.m. tomorrow, everywhere except Garrett County. They did get snow out in far western Maryland, a lot more than we got here. Tim is looking also some of those peak gusts. We'll have to update this graphic for you, Tim.
Well, definitely we'll have to update it. It's a proof that this is an active system, because up until 4 o'clock, the peak gust at BWI Thurgood Marshall was 56. We hit 4 o'clock, and they reported 59. So this is an active system still moving across. These are the peak gusts we've seen registered across the state so far, at least to this point. 71-mile-per-hour winds in Frederick. These are gusts again. Patuxent River, 69 miles per hour. Glen Burnie, 59 miles per hour. Hagerstown, 53. BWI Marshall, as you've seen the update now, is at 59. And then Salisbury at 51. We're going to notice these winds in place until tonight and into tomorrow. These are the futurecast winds taking you to Saturday morning at midnight. Still looking at 24-mile-per-hour sustained winds in central Maryland, 31 in Annapolis. We have 17 out toward Hagerstown. We get to 6 o'clock in the morning, and I stop it here because that, if everything stays on track, will be when the high wind warning is lifted. So we'll be expecting the sustained winds of around 29 miles per hour down in Annapolis, 25 in Ocean City, 17 in Hagerstown, and then we get to around the noon hour or so. Again, winds will stay in that 20-mile-per-hour range, but we should lose the threshold for the high wind warning. Again, high wind warning issued when the wind gusts are expected to exceed 60 miles per hour. We will continue to keep you posted. For now, sending it back over to you.
Tim, thank you. Let's now turn to WJZ investigator Mike Helgren updating the damage from the strong wind. Mike?
Mary, it's heartbreaking what happened here behind me. I'm in Baltimore County. This is a neighborhood with a lot of mature trees, and you can hear the wind howling through them. Right behind me there, a woman went outside to check her mail this afternoon. She got hit and killed by a tree. She died instantly. The powerful windstorm sweeping through Maryland turned deadly when a tree fell on a 77-year-old woman in Kingsville and killed her just after noon today.
This was a fatal incident as a result of the weather. The report was that she had walked outside to get some of her mail. While she was out doing that, one of the tree branches broke off and struck her, ultimately killing her.
In West Baltimore, trees snapped, and in one neighborhood, a tree fell on a house. What did it sound like when you...
Like thundering. Sound like somebody dropped a ball on the house. I pretty much seen it. I was ready to leave out. I seen it through the front window. I seen it just come towards the house and just hit the window, hit the house and knocked our window out up there.
Power crews have been working to restore electricity to thousands.
The challenge is the duration of this windstorm. We saw the wind really pick up early in the morning. We've seen gusts across our service territory in the mid 50 miles per hour. So we've seen a 53, 54, 55 mile per hour wind gusts.
BGE has been able to restore power to some 40,000 people But more than 17,000 in our viewing area right now do not have power, and we haven't seen the worst of this storm yet. Live in Baltimore County, Mike Helgren, WJZ.
Mike, thank you. Rick Ritter's now live with the impact this system is having on travel. We've seen a lot of delays and closures. Rick.
Well, Vic, nothing like welcoming in March with these conditions, right? All you have to do is step outside to see how brutal these wind gusts are. We are live at the WJZ Mobile Weather Lab here along West Cold Spring Lane near Falls Road. We're going to take a quick look at the conditions over here. About 42 degrees right now. Again, the temperatures really aren't bad, but it's the wind. Look at the wind gusts hovering around 42 miles per hour. The 1 hour peak close to 50 miles per hour. Really hard to believe. These conditions certainly wreaking havoc on the area, especially for those who are traveling. Packing hurricane-force winds and leaving thousands without power. A nor'easter is crippling parts of the East Coast. Maryland is right in the center of it.
This is a huge storm, a nor'easter. You know, that's usually something that's statewide.
State Highway Administration responding to all 23 counties. Wind gusts sent this tree down on the Hayden Bridge in Hartford County, leaving traffic backed up. The Titans Bridge along I-95 was shut down for hours after whipping winds blew over 2 tractor trailers, with one nearly falling off the bridge.
What we're dealing with now are extremely high winds with some pretty serious gusts out there.
At Penn Station, the big boards are filled with problems. MARC canceled trains, and Amtrak suspended all service on the Northeast Corridor due to weather-related issues.
Lots of delays on the board. I was hesitant to even buy a ticket.
Brittany Smith is one of those being impacted.
I'm supposed to be heading down to work at Union Station, try to get into DCA Airport. My flight attendant.
Similar headaches at BWI as travelers were trying to get out before the storm.
As soon as I got here, they gave me a card saying that the flight was canceled.
High winds canceled and delayed hundreds of flights across the country.
Yeah, it was actually canceled today. We were supposed to be going over to Los Angeles so I could spend my birthday tomorrow with my family.
One flight that landed at Dulles caught in the middle of Mother Nature's wrath. The aircraft report read, "Everyone on the plane threw up. The pilots were on the verge of throwing up." Back out here live along West Cold Spring Lane, the wind is absolutely brutal. Traffic getting along just fine, although we've had several people drive by to tell us just a couple of blocks up within the past 20 minutes or so that a couple of trees. Try and check that out. A few updates we have right now: the Titans and the Nice Bridge, they remain closed. I'm told that the Hayden Bridge and the Bay Bridge are now back open, but with full restrictions. We're live at the this afternoon, but for now, we'll send it back inside to you guys.
We see how the wind affects everything, including our live shots out there, Christy. Let's take a look at those roads and see how the wind is affecting everything today. Christy?
Well, Mary, as you can imagine, major impact. Like Rick had just told you, the Titans Bridge is open, so what you should do instead is take the Hayden Bridge, but I will warn you right now, traffic to get on that bridge is severely backed up. Wind causing so many problems out there. 70 westbound, an accident there on the off-ramp to 29, down to trees. They are just endless. A couple ones coming in now at Joppa Road at Route 7. Also, all lanes blocked. Darlington Road at Spruce Hill Drive. If you're traveling along northbound 295, a crash there at 175. And 50 eastbound, also an accident to watch where they're at Baydale Drive. It's blocking the left lane and the left shoulder. Luckily, so far, it looks like 95 is pretty clear. Just a minor slowdown there from 32 to Route 100. It's really on and off. The Beltway, windy, but moving along, so that's at least a good sign. A little bit of a different situation there on the west side inner loop. As you can see, the camera shaking because of that wind. But if you're traveling on the inner loop, watch for a slowdown there from 95 to Liberty Road. Once again, please be careful out there, especially going over all those bridges. Take your time. This is going to be a very tricky commute. Back over to you.